Anomaly is the new set mechanic in set 13. Every game on Force 6, you can choose one of your units to be permanently enhanced by the anomaly. If you don't like the anomaly you see, you can just roll until you get one that you like. There's over 60 anomalies and they all have different effects, so I'm going to teach you the best anomalies for every single champion in TFT. Before we get started on specific champions, here are some general guidelines you might want to follow. The first rule, don't spend too much gold rolling for a specific anomaly on a specific unit. Most comps have 2 to 3 units that they want anomalized, and most of those units have like 3 to 4 anomalies that work really well on them. For example, take a look at this board. It's level 8, 6 scrap, very default board, and we can see that the 3 main units we're going to keep on our board for the rest of the game are going to be Ekko, Elise, and Corki. That's already 3 units we can anomalize, so when we're rolling for an anomaly, you want to keep a lookout for any anomaly that's going to fit one of the 3. For Corki, we're looking for a backline 80 anomaly like Attack Expert or the Finisher. For Ekko, we're looking for some frontline AP like Mage Armor or Slime Time, and then Elise is looking for generic tank anomalies like Giant Size or Bulwark. The reason why you shouldn't overroll for anomalies is because the difference in power between the best in slot anomaly and a pretty good anomaly is not that big. You'd rather spend that gold rolling for your board. A 2-star Corki with a decent anomaly is going to be way stronger than a 1-star Corki with the best in slot anomaly, or leveling up so you can find the 5-star units that are going to really complete your board. The second rule is that if you're low HP, you want to take an anomaly that's going to benefit your strongest unit. This rule does contradict the first rule where you don't want to overroll for your anomaly, but if you're 1 or 2 lives, every single round matters. So in this circumstance, I would spend as much gold as possible to find a good anomaly on my best unit. In this same scrap level 8 board example, if I have Ekko 1, Corki 1, but I have an Elise 2 with like 3 tank items, even if I get like a really good Corki anomaly, I'm going to be spending as much gold until I get a tank anomaly for my Elise. Let's start with the 4 cost. The best anomalies for ambessa are going to be Avalanche of Armor, Invisibility, and Titanic Strikes. Avalanche of Armor is good because her emissary bonus grants her armor, and 2 items that she likes to build, Titans and Eon, give armor as well. Invisibility is good because in my opinion it's a better Edge of Night, and you can replace the Edge of Night that you would have built on her with a damage item. And Titanic Strikes is good because her ability does AoE damage, so if your ambessa can just dash onto the backline somehow, the cast does AoE damage and then the autos will just clean up the entire backline. For Corki, I couldn't find a lot of anomalies that really fit him well, but the 2 I did find are Attack Expert and Power Absorption. Attack Expert is good because it scales with Corki's Artillerist, and I think Power Absorption can be really strong if you sack your other Artillerists. For Dr. Mundo, the 3 anomalies I think work best for him are Scuttle Familiar, Giant Size, and Slime Time. Scuttle Familiar if you're going to play Twitch and Experiment, because the Experiment bonus on Mundo gives him bonus HP, so when he's slain, the Scuttle Crab is going to be huge. Giant Size is good because his ability scales with max HP, and Giant Size gives him 1000 HP. And Slime Time can be really good if you're playing him with a Dominator backline, maybe a Silco carry. Just put 2 Gargoyles on him, solo frontline him, and then watch him go infinite with all the slime. These 3 anomalies are the ones I could find the most synergy with, but in general, all the tank anomalies are going to be good on Dr. Mundo. Ekko's 3 best anomalies are going to be Mage Armor, Slime Time, and Arcana Overwhelming. Mage Armor is good because Ekko builds a lot of AP, so the armor and MR you gain is going to synergize really well with Firelight, and then Arcana Overwhelming is good because Ekko likes items like Spark, BT, and Ice Cream Cone. For Elise's tank form, we have Giant Sized, Bulwark, Protective Shielding, and Slow Cooker. Giant Size is obviously good because the bonus HP synergizes with Bruiser. Bulwark is good because Bruiser gives you max HP, and then Form Swapper gives you damage reduction, so the only thing Elise needs is going to be armor and MR, which Bulwark provides a lot of. Protective Shielding is good because of max HP shields, and then Slow Cooker I think could be niche but really good. You just put like 3 Warmogs on her and maybe she can just like slowly burn the entire enemy team. For Elise's carry form, I couldn't find a lot of anomalies that synergize with her well, so I'm just going to say Arcana Overwhelming and then a mana anomaly like Essence of Navori or Cosmic Rhythm. Arcana Overwhelming can be good if you're playing a vertical bruiser frontline and her mana item is an Ice Cream Cone. And then as for the mana anomalies, you know, you can just put 3 damage items on her and the mana anomalies become very good. For Garen, Giant Sized is super good because of his emissary bonus, but other anomalies are just going to be general tank anomalies like Fortified or Bulwark. Heimerdinger's best anomalies are going to be Killstreak, Fireball, and Nothing Wasted. Killstreak is really good. It just makes Heimer into a turret that casts infinite. If you have 4 vision, you don't need blue buff, but if you only have 2 visionary, you do need a blue buff. Fireball is really good because Visionary grants a lot more bonus mana, so you're going to be casting the Fireball a lot. If they have a really tanking front line, Fireball just melts through it entirely. And then Nothing Wasted is good because you gain more mana from Nothing Wasted, and then your units also gain more mana, so they might just be slain when they have more mana. and so it just synergizes really well with visionary. Illaoi wants defense expert, giant size, or slow cooker. Giant size is going to be good on every tank. I think I'm just going to stop talking about it. Defense expert is good because Sentinels gives you a lot of bonus armor and MR, and then I think slow cooker can be really good because illaoi is a frontliner for units like Zoe and Heimerdinger, so if you just slam a spark on her, she's going to be doing a lot more damage with that slow cooker. Silco's best anomalies are going to be magic expert and comeback story. Magic expert is really good because dominator is going to be turning every cast into more AP, which is going to be more AP because of magic expert, and then comeback story I think can be really good because I feel like Silco is going to be a unit that's played a lot from a Chem Baron opener, so when you finally cash out you will be at low HP, so Silco is going to do a lot more damage. Twitch has a lot of anomalies he can use. The 5 I put are Eagle Eye, Headhunter, Dragon Soul, Mini-Me's, and Strength Training. Eagle Eye is good because Twitch is a sniper, so he'll never really move from whatever corner you put him in. Headhunter is really good if you have a strong board, that way you can scale really well into the late game. Dragon Soul is good because Twitch's ability hits random units, so you'll be proccing Dragon Soul a lot faster, hopefully bursting their entire enemy team down. Mini-Me's is good because Twitch is that attack speed carry, so the Mini-Me's are going to be proccing a lot, and then Strength Training is good for the same reason. You're going to be buffing all the other snipers you're playing, and Twitch attacks like a demon. Vi's best anomalies are going to be Avalanche of Armor and Unstoppable Force. Avalanche of Armor is good for the same reasons why it's good on Ambessa, and Unstoppable Force is good because it pretty much eliminates Vi's weakness of walking, and then whenever she dashes she heals, and then she also takes that time where she stuns to heal more off of her Pit Fighter Omnivan. And finally, for the 4 costs, Zoe's best anomalies are going to be Magic Expert, Essence of Navori, and Energy Absorption. Magic Expert is good because Sorcerer gives AP, so Magic Expert will give even more AP. Essence of Navori is good because I think Zoe Loki has a problem where she leaves all the units alive with 1 HP, so the more that she's able to cast like consecutively more and more, she'll be able to wipe out the board with no problems. And then Energy Absorption is good because the AP you get is going to be amplified by that Sorcerer AP that all your other units have. As for 5 costs, I don't really think that you're going to be giving your anomaly to these units a lot unless you get it from like a duo tray or you're just in a really good position. So I have fewer of these, but let's just run through them really quickly. For Caitlyn, I think her best anomaly is going to be Eagle's Eye, and there's not much else that really works for her. Jayce's best anomalies, I think Avalanche of Armor is his best in his melee form, Strength Training is the best in his ranged form, and then Into the Unknown, this is the only unit that I see really synergizes with Into the Unknown because the crystal skills with AP, and then Jayce obviously does a lot of AD damage. For Jinx, I think the finisher and power absorption are super good. The finisher is good because whenever she casts her super rocket, I see the entire board at 1 HP, so this will probably execute most of the board. And then power absorption is really good if you're playing vertical rebels because of all that AD that rebels gives you. For LeBlanc, she's a lot like Zoe, so magic expert and energy absorption are going to be good. Malzahar is a lot like heimerdinger, so fireball and nothing wasted are going to be good. And then for Mordekaiser, I think Legacy of Shurima, Arcana Overwhelming, and Repulsor are really good on it. Legacy of Shurima gives Mordekaiser everything he needs, the attack speed and the HP because he's a frontline unit. Arcana Overwhelming can be good because I think you're going to be playing Ionic Spark and BT on him. And then I have something cooking up with Repulsor where whenever he casts, he pushes the unit into the back line, and so his AoE slams are just going to one-shot the back line. Haven't tested it out yet, but I really want to. For Rumble, I cannot think of a single anomaly good on him other than Arcana Overwhelming. He's not really a tank, so you don't really want those tank stats. And then also Sentinels and Scrap already gives him all the tankiness he needs. I think he's going to be building Ionic Spark and Bloodthirster a lot, so Arcana Overwhelming is going to be pretty good there. And then Sevika is a lot like Vi, so Avalanche of Armor, Unstoppable Force, Titanic Strikes, all of those are going to be good. Next, we have Hero Augments. I'm going to go over these pretty quickly, but since you're always rerolling for a Hero Augment, 2 anomalies you want to look out for are Ultimate Hero and Bully. For Irelia, you want Avalanche of Armor, Legacy of Shurima, and Defense Expert. Defense Expert is good because of Sentinels. Avalanche of Armor is good because she builds a Titans and Sentinels, and then Legacy of Shurima is good because of Sentinels. Trundle wants a Titanic Strikes, Avalanche of Armor, and Attack Expert. He scales really well off of AD, so all of these are going to be really good on him. Steb wants Arcana Overwhelming, Slime Time, or Unstoppable Force. The first 2 are good because of his build. It's going to be AP Bruiser Sustain, and then Unstoppable Force is good because you're going to want to play him with vertical bruisers, so you're going to be healing a lot of HP every takedown. Singed wants Arcana Overwhelming, Defense Expert, or Giant Sized. Arcana Overwhelming because of his build, Spark and BT, and then Defense Expert is good because, you know, Sentinels, and then Giant Sized HP on armor for the Sentinels is also going to be really good. Vladimir is just another sorcerer, a lot like Zoe, so Magic Expert and Energy Absorption are going to be good on him. Vander wants Force of Friendship or Unstoppable Force, or just like a general AD or tank anomaly. Force of Friendship is really good because the default comp you're rolling 5 3-stars, Darius, Draven, Vander, Vi, Powder. So that's 5 already, so you're going to be hitting a lot more bonus damage. And then Unstoppable Force, I just saw a VOD of Vander Hero Augment Unstoppable Force where he went crazy mode. But yeah, a lot of anomalies will work with this unit. And then finally for Renni, we have Giant Sized or Avalanche of Armor, and then any general AD or tank one. Giant Size is really good because she's a bruiser, and then Avalanche of Armor is good because she builds a Titans.